everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Dizzy's Discussions. I'm your boy Dizzy, and sitting with me today is somebody who is a superstar in the making. He's coming fresh off his 5th win as a professional boxer. He is Joey Abudy. Joey, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, you just came off your 5th win as a pro fighter, a unanimous decision. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Happy to get that win. Happy to get that experience. So yeah, overall, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get back in the gym, start training, and getting ready for the next one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, in my life, I realized that there's two kind of different people. There's people I respect for doing things that I'm kind of not brave enough to do. That's like being in the military or being a police officer. But there's also people that I think are crazy for doing things I'm not brave enough to do. Boxing is one of those things. I'm not letting nobody punch me or hit me. What made you get into boxing? What makes you love boxing? And how did this all start?
Really, what really got me to really want to try boxing, find a gym, all that was this anime I watched called Hajime no Ippo.
Really?
Yeah, so I was watching that. At the time, I wasn't this was maybe the first time in my life where I wasn't playing any sports.
Yeah.
Before that, I was playing all different types of sports. I was really into soccer. I played a little bit of everything, but I was always busy with sports in my life. This was my junior year of high school. I stopped playing sports, had really nothing going for me. I wasn't really a very good student or anything. I basically I wasn't doing shit with my life at the moment. And I watched this anime. It was just really inspiring, and I decided to give it a go. From there I started watching this YouTube channel, Fight Tips.
Yeah.
And he used to train here at Sweet Science.
Okay.
So I figured this is a local gym. I'm gonna go try it out, see how I like it. And it really all just when I was going there, I wanted before going there, I was I want to do an amateur fight.
Yeah.
All that. And it just kind of took off from there. 6 months later, we had our first amateur fight. And started winning tournaments, going to nationals, and now I'm a pro boxer.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very interesting. A very interesting backstory. With every professional athlete, elite athlete in their career, they kind of experience a setback. Now, you mentioned the amateurs, and in 2022, you made it all the way to the USA National Championship, and you lost in a split decision. How did that, looking back at that, how did that maybe fuel your career now?
Looking back on that, it was a really close fight. It was back and forth. I felt like I did just enough to pull it off, but at the same time, with those tournaments, you have to make it clear that you won, and you can't expect anything else if it's not if you didn't dominate. Yeah. So this guy was a tough opponent. At the time, I didn't really feel too down on myself. I was proud that I'd made it that far.
Yeah.
Obviously, I learned from that fight and that loss, and it helped me get better. But at that point, we knew after this tournament, it was time to turn pro. And that's basically what we did. I didn't let anything with that fight get to me. I just kept my head up and just kept doing what I've been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as a pro fighter, as I mentioned, you're undefeated, 5-0, 3 unanimous decisions, 2 knockouts. You're winning in pretty convincing fashion. You haven't lost a round yet as a pro fighter. Is it hard to kind of look at things that you need to improve on now moving forward? How do you get better even though you keep beating people the way that you do?
I'm really hard on myself, not in a bad way, but I really analyze everything I do. And even before this fight, I know that there are things that I need to get better at. Yeah. And I've been working on those things. I've been getting better at them. But even just going into this fight, I know that there are certain flaws that I've been working on patching up.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot that I need to get better at.
Yeah.
So I can dominate at the highest level.
Absolutely.
But it's just patience and consistency. I can't try to force any of it. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, keep training smart, keep training with an open mind, and that's about it, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, for sure. Now, we're in a different era of boxing. I mean, you yourself mentioned how you kind of got all this started by watching some YouTube videos. We're in an era now where it seems like everyone thinks they can box. It's YouTubers hopping in the ring with other YouTubers or thinking that they can hop in the ring with pro fighters. Where do you kind of stand on that?
I mean, at the end of the day, like when two YouTubers fight, you see it's like they don't really know what they're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
If it sells, it sells. I mean, if people want to watch it, like these guys, they could do what they want. There's obviously a risk involved, and just like I'm risking just as much as they are as
yeah,
far as like your physical health. So if they have the balls to like get in there, try it out, and do
yeah.
it, like I'm I'm not saying it's necessarily good for the sport, but I don't think it's really all that bad for the
Kind of in
sport
the middle.
either. It's
Yeah.
in the middle. It is what it is. Yeah.
For sure. Now, we talked about kind of you getting into the sport and how you got into the sport. Has there been any boxers in particular that you've watched and thought, hey, I want to be like them, or they've kind of fueled you to be who you are now? Maybe even you want to get in the ring with them at some point. Who would those boxers be?
Okay, when I was first starting out, I used to watch a lot of Manny Pacquiao.
Mm,
I thought like I really liked how he threw a lot of punches, his speed. I liked his story, how he came up. So that was really motivating. But right now, I I try to I try to like be the best version of myself
mm,
according to what works for me,
yeah,
and try to like make my game as complete as possible. Like like I want to be kind of my own fighter. I don't
yeah,
like try to. There are obviously things that I can take from certain fighters, but I don't really watch any fighter in particular right now or look up to any fighter. They're like the guys, like the top guys in my weight class are guys that I obviously want to fight.
yeah,
Guys like Teofimo Lopez,
yeah.
Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Isaac Cruz, all those guys. I want a title shot. Um, but I'm just really focused on like becoming the best version of myself as a fighter
Absolutely.
right now.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. Gotta aim big. Gotta aim
Yeah.
big. Gotta go for it all. Now, you kind of hinted at it right now, but just so we hear it more clearly, see it more clearly, where do you envision yourself to be 5, 10 years from now as a professional boxer?
World champion, fighting at the highest level, being one of just like the top boxers in my weight division, fighting on main events on platforms like Amazon Prime, DAZN, ESPN. That's where I see myself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Lord willing, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Mhm.
That's enough questions now for Joey. We're gonna switch over to some more simple questions to get to know him a little bit better.
So, what city do I want to fight in the most? Vegas. What sport would you play if not for boxing? Soccer. What is your go-to meal after a fight? There's nothing in particular after a fight, but after my weigh-in, after I get all the fluids in, I always go to Just Pokey on PCH. It's pokey. It's really good. Is tomato a fruit or a vegetable? I see it more as a vegetable because like fruits are sweet, Like I know there's big like controversy behind that, but like it tastes more like a vegetable, so I'm just gonna say it's a vegetable. What is my favorite memory in the ring? I gotta think of this. Okay, probably winning my first amateur fight by stoppage. It was my first ever fight, and I stopped the guy. It was um, it was just a it was a really cool experience because leading up to this fight, I changed so much as a person, like started building new habits, and to like my main goal, which like fueled all this, was getting that first fight, and to win it by stoppage was like a really big thing for me. If you could pick any boxer, past or present, to get in the ring with, who would it be? Go with Manny Pacquiao, because he was someone that like really inspired me when I first got into boxing. Is cereal a soup? Cereal is just something of its own. Like, you could say it's like a dessert type of soup, but like I look at cereal as like more of a dessert than anything, rather than breakfast, because I don't eat cereal often, but I really like it. So yeah. Drake or Kendrick Lamar? I'll go with Drake. Aliens do exist. I'll just leave it at that. Who's someone in your life that inspires you to keep working hard? I would say just, the vision that I have for myself and where I see myself in the future is what inspires me to keep working hard. Also, like my family and all the people who are really helping me become who I want to become, like my coaches, just my team in general, they also really inspire me to keep working hard, because they believe in me and I want to prove them right. So yeah.
So now in this segment of the video, we're gonna have Joey take over, and he's gonna teach me, a thing or two, just in case if while I'm out there, I gotta protect myself. Joey gonna come through. He gonna teach me some things. Take it away.
We'll just go like the 1, 2, 3. So, boom is basically like you got the 1, right?
Yep.
And then this is the 2, and then from there you bring it back to the 3.
So 1. And then what was the next one?
The 2 is the right hand, and try turning your hips with it. So like you got the 1, and then
1,
there
2.
you go. And then from there you just transition from the right to the left with the hook. So just shift, as you shift your hips like that, but do it like as you're bringing it back, bring that hook with it.
So 1, 2.
Yeah, and then with that hook, make it like a kind of L rather than here. Just go like that, so it can be a
1, 2.
There you go. Just like that.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2. Here.
There you go.
Boom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta watch out.
Cool, man. I appreciate that. Well, that's all we have time for here on Dizzy Discussions. Again, Joey, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to hop on the show with us, man.
Yeah, of course. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Good luck to you moving forward, man. I'll be tapped in, and I can't wait to see what you do.
Sure. Thank you.
To everyone still watching, I appreciate you. Make sure you give him a follow. I'm going to put his information right here. I'm also going to put stuff in the description so you can check him out. Please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you real soon. Next time on Dizzy Discussion, we're going to tap into the faith a little bit. I'll have Pastor Demetrius on the show, and he'll walk us through some of the hardships of being both a pastor and a father. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. I have that video for you real soon.